And how about you, Olga? Was there anything else you coming aware of? What happened to your friend? Her name slipped my mind.
Um, I haven't heard from her, so I don't know what's going on. The impressions I get is just leave things alone, because people need to, because she needs to come to her own awareness, which I think, you know, we all do. But that's the impression I got. Just leave it. If she wants to make her way over, she can. She knows where I am. I've got a pretty much public presence, in town. So I just go with basically what the all is gives me as impressions, and so I go with that. I don't feel I need to be chasing anything or anyone around. It's kind of always, like you say, always new now. So I haven't heard from her. So, but who's to say I might hear from her next week? But I'll just leave it up to what's what she decides she wants to do. She knows I'm there, and it's her decision at the end of the day. So yeah, but what I've been doing, what I've always been doing, because I just am still so fascinated, is just singing the new you, and it changes everything. It changes. It's so subtle, but it changes everything. It changes your whole resonance with inside your body, around you. If you're singing it in your home, I mean, I just feel it clears everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Um, it's really hard to explain what that sound does, when you just constantly sing it. You can sing it to anyone and everyone, and if I feel down, I sing it. And sometimes it's not easy to sing the new you when you're feeling down, and but I just sing it to myself inside. I sing it wherever I feel I need some cleaner energy around me, and I sing the new you, and yeah, it changes the resonance of everything that's going on, and that's all I can really um, offer anyone, really, because I've noticed so many changes around me and in my own life, and with myself, and that's all I can put it down to, is singing the new you. Of course, I read Dwayne's books, which today I got a real good giggle from the book that I'm reading, which is um, From Then to Now. Oh, I tell you, everyone's got to read it. It's such a, I don't even know why it was funny, but I just found it was like, he must have been laughing when he was writing it or something, because I just couldn't stop laughing. It was like a whole um, half page of it, and I just couldn't stop laughing all the way through it. And yeah, that was really good. I'm not going to give it away because I think everyone should read it. It's quite hilarious, really, his adventures when he was Goldie. So I got a look. Yeah, get a lot of giggles out of that book. It's really, really fun book. It's a really, really cool book to read. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but
Yeah,
I
I
can't
found.
remember what it was now. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Some of the parts in the books are very funny. Yeah, I remember. I need to reread them now. It's been mm, uh, 10 months since I've read them. I need to reread. I've read them all except for The Waking Child. I think that's the newest one. Is that correct? Mm.
Oh, The Waking Child is it's books 2 and 6 put together, just with a fun title. Yeah.
Okay. I need to reread them again, but because my old laptop died, I'll have to download them onto my tablet. That's the only thing I've got at the moment to use. But yeah, they're a good read. Some of it's so far out that it's very, very, very interesting. Yeah.
Have you read Kelsey's book, Debbie?
Yes, I have. That was interesting too. That was very good. Have you got a book, Henry?
I've written it, but I'm editing it here, so it should be my last time. There's I kind of every time I go through it, this is my third time. I really rushed a lot of it, so I'm trying to go through and explain things so that people can actually understand what I'm saying, because half of it I don't even understand. So yeah, I'm almost there, but we'll see how long it takes. But yeah, it's pretty fun to write. Everybody can write a little book about what they've been through, so other people can read it and relate to other people's real experiences, because yeah, I mean, not a lot of people are sharing their real experiences. For myself, I love talking to people and hearing their experiences and listening to the decisions they make, and like why they made those decisions. And it's really fun to share our experiences, because we have the awareness to understand what makes sense, and then we get to share that with people, and they get to read that. And reading is cool because you do it at your own pace, and it's very like, you're like alone, it's personal, and yeah, it's cool. You get to, with your imagination, go on the adventures. So, and yeah, I know what you mean about Dwayne's books being pretty far out. I remember reading book 3. I would sit there and, every 5 or 10 minutes I had to put it down. It was like, there's a lot of information in that one, but yeah, the adventures are fun. And I think I've listened to audiobooks of most of them, but I haven't read book 1 or book 8 or book 9 at all. So yeah, it's cool you read all of them, Debbie. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Yeah, and Ariana here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I read them one after the other. It took me about a week to read each one, and a week or two to read each one. And yeah, I just wanted to really get and read them as fast as I could. But I need to go back and reread them because and some of it I didn't quite understand, and so reading it again, I'll probably clear up a few things too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask Ariana, which of the books have you read? Have you read all of them? Or...
Hi, yeah, I've been just sitting back here listening to all this. I love the part where Olga's laying down and looking up at the trees and the bees. And I haven't had an opportunity to do anything like that in a long time. So I missed that. So that was really cool. And sorry about what's going on down there. I had just heard this evening on Above Ground World News about he showed the fires in Australia, and it looked really horrendous. Big fires with really high flames and smoke, and then the sky clouded out in orange, and it was dark. It was like he was saying it was like being on Mars. And yeah, California's had another bout, and I'm not being affected by any smoke, but the time before, the ones north of LA were drifting down, but they were real high and they didn't come over me, but I can kind of see like the edge of LA from where I am. And just like the lights at night, and maybe before when the sky was more clear, I'd see the hills. And but now I look out and there's like this fog around the houses and buildings. It's just hovering down here and no wind. And Mike was showing all these ship tracks going on out in the Pacific. And we almost had some rain like 3 times, but they were blocking it. I don't know if I should say all this, but it showed the clouds, the ship tracks are preventing this wind coming in with moisture all the way from Hawaii. And it's being directed north. And maybe Oregon and Washington might get some rain. I don't know. It's headed up that way, but there is fires in Oregon. And it's bad. It's scary. I want to get out of California, but I got nowhere to go right now. And even though I'm like 10 miles away from you guys, Henry and Kelsey and Dwayne, I feel like I'm close. And that part's cool. And it was nice listening to you about the lemon tree and stuff. That sounds wonderful. The only thing I had blossom on my little balcony was about last month, my basil. I just let it go blossom. And there was a bee out there, but I didn't see him on the plants. He's been wanting to get in my house. One bee, a honeybee. And then I have stevia, and I don't really use it because it's outside, and I'm worried about particulates in the air going on the leaves. And I know if I get organic food, which I mostly try to do as much as I possibly can, then I know at least it's inside in a greenhouse, as far as I know. And geez, now we can't eat the fish. There's more radiation from Fukushima being dumped constantly, really bad. It showed like a heat spot all around Japan, coming out, probably hitting through Hawaii. And it's going up north, like towards Siberian coast, and then all the way to Alaska. And about the books, yeah, I'm listening to Kevin's. Every now and then he'll put out New Book 1, and I really enjoy listening to him. And then I listen to Tim, even though I have on my PDF 2 and 6. But it was more fun listening to Tim. And then I have a hard copy of 3, and I was reading it. And then Tim started reading New Book 3, or is it 4, about Reeves Artars. Anyway, it was fun listening to Tim. Oh yeah, I have 3 on PDF, and I started reading that. And then I also, I don't know if you guys got the little book, PDF. It's called Duva, Dwayne Ava, and their story, and it's full of beautiful blue pictures on the waves, and it even showed them like as little children at the seashore. It was really pretty, and I read that, and then I think I have New Book 9 about Paul Twitchell and the beginnings. And boy, it was powerful reading some of that. And that one and something else I was reading put together, it was like, these people aren't waking up to like this doomsday scenario. And it was really intense what he was saying. And he was talking about the seers, that the seers get to see, what is it, the books. What do you call them? I forget, about, the past and the future and everything. The files. Is that what they are? I got to get a sip of water here.
The Akashic records.
Or the
Yes,
universal files. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that was cool to hear that. And in fact, I've been sitting here reading stuff to myself. And what Dwayne just recently put out is really intense. What he said, 1 and 2 up to number 5 or something. There was 2 of them, and I saved them because it was getting too intense to read it all. I read and think too much. I have to relax my brain for a while.
Yeah, that was today. It was the real history of the real guides.
Oh, yeah.
Part 6. That was a real cool
Oh,
title.
6. I got to go back and find it.
Yeah, he said that he just told us he was making the Facebook group, and Facebook banned him from adding people. So, but he said he thinks he got the group up, but he posted the writing in Skype so people could read it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every now and then I'll see something on Facebook, and a lot of times it's like at night, and somebody will say something really shocking news, and then all of a sudden, even if I try to save it, it goes off, and then I go and looked at the saved, and that's gone. But fortunately, I can find some things later in history on YouTube, because then they had come up through Facebook into YouTube, and you can catch them that way and see them again or show them to someone. Other than that, I've been busy with my house because I got an inspection coming up. I've had to move a lot of things and put stuff in storage, and I have my birdies to take care of as company. So they're fun. Other than that, the only time I see people is when I go down to the lobby. And I've been taking walks. Oh, and I tried to buy a nice little bicycle. It was aluminum girl's bike. I don't know how many speeds on it, but it was really nice and good, really rugged tires. I got the guy to go down at the hardware. I told him to save it. He said, "Don't worry, it'll be saved." Go back in like 2 days. They sold it. So maybe I wasn't supposed to have one right now, but that was a really good deal. So hadn't ridden a bike in years, but I'm sure I could do it.
Yeah, you could always ask them to order in another one.
No, it was like secondhand bikes.
Oh, okay. So
bring
it was
in.
a
Yeah.
real deal. Huh?
Yeah, one of those again.
Yeah, I just found a secondhand wetsuit for $40 on Craigslist. They're like $200 new, the good ones, but $40 is a deal. Yeah,
Cool.
because it's
Aren't you
getting
guys-
cold. It's getting colder here.
And you're still surfing? Aren't you guys worried about radiation?
You know what? There's one guy I haven't really investigated him, so because of that, I am apprehensive to share what he talks about. But he's a French guy with a Spanish name. His name is Angel Garcia or Angel Garcia. If you want to look him up, he talks about how that because the ocean is so alkaline that it like destroys everything that is like bad really quickly, and he says that the radiation can't actually survive in there, and it's bad science and fear tactics that talk about that. And he also says that the seawater is a super, super health food, and he drinks it. Like, I don't know how much he drinks, but he drinks some of it. He says it has all the trace minerals you need, like people make ormus from seawater. And he's a real healthy dude in his 80s. I met a guy in Costa Rica who told me about him, and the guy who I met, he was like a naturopath, and he was, I don't know, in his 40s, and he'd been drinking seawater for a bunch of years. And yeah, so I drink it when I'm out there surfing if I'm thirsty or swimming, and I take it and I put it in my ferments too. If I ferment stuff, I'll put a tablespoon or two of seawater in there to get the ferments going. It's kind of just like instead of putting salt, you can put salt water. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that, but I mean, even if there is radiation, I'm gonna get in the ocean. The negative ions are awesome. It's like a big battery, but it is getting colder. Last winter I survived with just a spring suit, but this year I think I'll get a full length one.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool to live by the ocean. Yeah, very grateful.
I came across something about how to counteract the chemtrails, um, and it was boron. Have you heard anything about boron? Um,
Yes,
and
I
I found
use it.
Oh, you use boron? Yeah,
Yeah.
I bought boron from the supermarket. It's in the washing, how do you say, the washing powder aisle, the cleaning aisle. And they say you should put about half a teaspoon in 2 liters of water, I think. And so I tried that a couple of days ago. Uh, uh, I'm not that I don't know if I'm affected by chemtrails or not, but I'm just interested in because boron does other good things for you apparently, and but then I've come across boron that you can buy from health food stores online. So I'm wondering if I should do that instead of buying the one from the cleaning aisle. But yeah, but it sounds like a really good thing to take.
Yeah, 20 meal team borax. Yeah, I use that. I use about 100 milligrams split in 2 different drinks, or else I have another one that's a mineral mix with a lot of magnesium, because I used to get leg cramps and now I don't. And then I have another one that's mineral. It's mineral drops from around Salt Lake City area, because they said there's no runoff from farms, and they take the salt out of the water and concentrate the minerals, and they're really good there. Concentrates, they're called. And I take a little bit of those sometimes, some drops on and off. So trying to keep up with it. I have a lot of herbs, and I go back and forth with different herbs. And that's fun. I like doing that. And